Assalamu alaikum. Today I'm going to start glomerular filtration. Glomerular filtration is the most important topics in your renal physiology card. It comes very much frequently in your professional SAQ exam as well as you may asked in your Viva exam also. So glomerular filtration is the process by which blood that has passes through the glomerular capillaries is filtered through the filtration membrane into Bowman's capsule is called glomerular filtration. As we know, there are three steps, basic steps for formation of urine. First one is the glomerular filtration, second one is the tubular reabsorption, then tubular secretion. So, glomerular filtration is the first step of urine formation. It occurs through the glomerular capillary membrane. The composition of glomerular filtrate it is nearly as same as plasma, protein free and devoid of cellular elements including our red blood cells, no protein bound substances. So now glomerular filtration rate এটা রিটেনে খুব আসে অনেকগুলো ইনফিনিটি স্টার দিয়ে রাখো what is glomerular filtration rate অথবা GFR. The amount of glomerular filtrate formed by all the nephrons of both kidneys in each minute is called glomerular filtration rate, that is GFR. The amount of glomerular filtrate formed by all the nephrons of both kidney in each minute in each minute is called glomerular filtration rate, GFR or GFR. The GFR in a healthy adult of average sizes is approximately 125 ml per minute or 7.5 liter per hour or 180 liter per day. তিনোটাই আমরা ভাইভাতে শুনতে চাই যে মিনিটে কত, আওয়ারে কত, ডেতে কত। যদি মিনিটে জিজ্ঞেস করে তখন বলবে 125 ml per minute or 7.5 liter per hour or 180 liter per day. GFR বা গ্লোমেরুলার ফিল্ট্রেশন রেট কিন্তু রিটেনের জন্য খুবই একটা কমন কোয়েশ্চেন, প্রত্যেক বছরে আসতেই থাকে। হ্যাঁ, এটা ইনফিনিটি স্টার দিয়ে রাখো। It is the amount or quantity of glomerular filtrate which is formed by all the nephrons of both kidneys in each minute is called glomerular filtration rate. এটার the average size healthy adult approximately 125 ml per minute or 7.5 liter per hour or 180 liter per day. Usually দেখা যায় যে এই ভ্যালুগুলা but these values in case of women are 10% lower than those in male. মানে in case of male হচ্ছে 125 ml per minute, 7.5 liter per hour or 180 liter per day. Usually দেখা যায় in case of female এই ভ্যালুগুলা 10% less থাকে. Now, what are the determinants of GFR? GFR is determined by net filtration pressure and filtration coefficient. তাহলে আমরা একটু দেখি GFR is determined by the sum of the hydrostatic and colloidal osmotic forces across the glomerular membrane, which gives the net filtration pressure and glomerular capillary filtration coefficient, which is expressed as Kf. So, when we express mathematically that GFR equals the product of filtration coefficient, that is Kf, and net filtration pressure. So, GFR equal to filtration coefficient multiplied by net filtration pressure. Now, what is net filtration pressure? The net filtration pressure, এটা কিন্তু short note আসে, net filtration pressure short note আসে প্রায়। The net filtration pressure এবং ভাইভাতেও আমরা খুব জিজ্ঞেস করি যে net filtration প্রেসারটা কি, এটা কত, এটা ফাংশনটা কি। আচ্ছা, আমি এখন বলি। The net filtration pressure represents the sum of the hydrostatic and colloid osmotic forces that either favor or oppose the filtration across the glomerular capillaries. This is the Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, that is 60 millimeter of mercury, colloidal osmotic pressure, that is 32 millimeter of mercury, and capsular pressure, that is 18 millimeter of mercury, and the net filtration pressure is 10 millimeter of mercury. This figure, same figure, this is the afferent arteriole, this is the efferent arteriole. Glomerular hydrostatic pressure, that is 60 millimeter of mercury. Glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure, that is 32 millimeter of mercury. And Bowman's capsule pressure, 18 millimeter of mercury. So net filtration pressure equal to glomerular hydrostatic pressure minus Bowman's capsule pressure minus glomerular oncotic pressure. 60 minus 18 minus 32 is equal to 10. That is 10 is the net filtration pressure. The forces favoring the filtration, that is glomerular hydrostatic pressure, that is 60 millimeter of mercury, it causes or it favors filtration. Bowman's capsule colloidal osmotic pressure, usually 0 millimeter of mercury. And forces opposing filtration, that is forces that prevent filtration, Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, that is 18 millimeter of mercury, and glomerular capillary colloidal osmotic pressure, that is 32 millimeter of mercury. Thus, the net filtration pressure equals 60 minus 18 minus 32, that is plus 10 millimeter of mercury. Usually, under normal conditions, the concentration of protein in the glomerular filtrate is so low that the colloidal osmotic pressure in the Bowman's capsular fluid is considered to be zero. Starling hypothesis and Starling forces. The determinants of net filtration pressure is based on the Starling hypothesis. The Starling hypothesis states that the net filtration pressure across the capillary membrane is proportional to the hydrostatic pressure difference across the membrane minus oncotic pressure difference. This is the Starling hypothesis. Hydrostatic pressure within the glomerular capillary is the glomerular capillary pressure. So all the pressure involved in determination of filtration is called Starling forces. আমরা যদি একটু ডিটেইলসে দেখি, these forces include, আমরা একটু আগেই দেখলাম, the hydrostatic pressure inside the glomerular capillary, that is glomerular hydrostatic pressure, which promotes or favors filtration. The hydrostatic pressure in Bowman's capsule outside the capillaries, which opposes or prevents filtration. And the colloidal osmotic pressure of the glomerular capillary plasma proteins, which opposes filtration, and glomerular osmotic pressure of the proteins in the Bowman's capsule promotes filtration. As I said earlier, the net filtration pressure is 10, which equals glomerular hydrostatic pressure, that is 60 millimeter of mercury, minus Bowman's capsule pressure, that is 18 millimeter of mercury, minus glomerular oncotic pressure, that is 32 millimeter of mercury. ভাইবাতে কিন্তু আমরা এই ক্যালকুলেশনটা করতে দেই যে গ্লোমেরুলার নেট ফিল্ট্রেশন প্রেসারটা তুমি কিভাবে ক্যালকুলেট করবে। রিটেনেও কয়েকবারই আসছে, হাউ ক্যান ইউ ক্যালকুলেট দ্য নেট ফিল্ট্রেশন প্রেসার। So then 60 minus net filtration pressure is 60 minus 18 minus 32 plus 0 millimeter mercury. So 50 minus 10 millimeter mercury. So net filtration, sorry, this 60 minus 10 hobe, which causes, so the net filtration pressure, the net filtration pressure 10 millimeter mercury causes the filtration of glomerular filtrate. Now another determinant of GFR is the filtration coefficient. The filtration coefficient is a measure of the product of glomerular capillary wall hydraulic conductivity, that means its permeability and the surface area of the glomerular capillaries. So the filtration coefficient is the product of glomerular capillary permeability and surface area of the glomerular capillaries. The filtration coefficient cannot be measured directly, but it is estimated experimentally by dividing the rate of glomerular filtration by net filtration pressure. So filtration coefficient equal to GFR divided by net filtration pressure. So we can say it is a GFR per millimeter of mercury of net filtration pressure. For example, when GFR is 25 ml per minute and net filtration pressure is 10 millimeter of mercury, so filtration coefficient equal, we know, divided by GFR divided by net filtration pressure, that is 125 millimeter ml per minute divided by 10 millimeter of mercury. And the result is 12.5 ml per minute per millimeter of mercury of net filtration pressure, of filtration pressure. ঠিক আছে, তোমরা কিন্তু শুধু 12.5 বলে থেমে থাকো, এই পুরাটা বলতে হবে, ml per minute per millimeter of mercury of filtration pressure. For now, what is the importance of this Kf? That is, Kf means the filtration coefficient. The increased filtration coefficient raises the GFR, and decreased filtration coefficient decreases the GFR. In some diseases like chronic uncontrolled hypertension and diabetes mellitus, gradually reduce the filtration coefficient by increasing the thickness of the glomerular capillary basement membrane and eventually by damaging the capillaries so severely that there is loss of capillary function. It means when there is increased filtration coefficient, there is increased GFR, and where there is decreased surface area and increased thickness of the glomerular capillary membrane causes decreased filtration coefficient. Filtration coefficient কিন্তু short note খুব আসে। Now filtration fraction, এটা হচ্ছে আরেকটা short note খুব important. It is a fraction of renal plasma flow that filters through the glomerular membrane. It is the fraction of renal plasma flow that filters through the glomerular membrane, অথবা it is the fraction of renal plasma flow that becomes the glomerular filtrate. So filtration fraction equal to GFR divided by renal plasma flow. As we know, GFR 125 ml per minute and renal plasma flow is 650, so the filtration fraction is 0.19. The average value is about 0.16 to 0.20. So 0.20 means that 20% of plasma flowing through the kidney is filtered through the glomerular capillaries. Now another important question, what are the factors regulating or affecting GFR? Number 1, renal blood flow, tubulo-glomerular feedback mechanism. Number 2, glomerular capillary pressure, colloidal osmotic pressure, Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, constriction of the efferent arterioles, constriction of the efferent arterioles, systemic arterial blood pressure, sympathetic stimulation, surface area of the glomerular capillary membrane, permeability of the glomerular capillary membrane, contraction of the glomerular mesangial cell, some hormones and autocoids and other factors. So these are the factors that you have to mention how the factors regulate GFR or how it affects the GFR. It means that when there is increased renal blood flow, there is you must have to mention all the factors how they affect the GFR. Like when there is stimulation of systemic arterial blood pressure, like increase or decrease in the systemic arterial blood pressure, autoregulation of the renal blood flow occurs, which remains the GFR relatively constant. When there is stimulation of the sympathetic nervous system, it decreases GFR by vasoconstriction, and inhibition of the sympathetic nervous system stimulation causes increased GFR by vasodilatation. So আবার বলছি the factors regulating GFR like renal blood flow, tubulo-glomerular feedback mechanism, glomerular capillary pressure, colloidal osmotic pressure, Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, constriction of the efferent arterioles, constriction of the efferent arterioles, systemic arterial blood pressure, sympathetic stimulation, surface area of the glomerular capillary membrane, permeability of the glomerular capillary membrane, contraction of the glomerular mesangial cells, hormones and autocoids. These are the factors that regulate or affect the glomerular filtration rate through capillary membrane. As we know, when there is increased Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, there is decreased GFR. When there is increased glomerular capillary colloidal osmotic pressure, there is decreases GFR. When there is increased capillary hydrostatic pressure, it increases glomerular filtration rate. And when there is increased glomerular capillary filtration coefficient, increases GFR. There are several factors affecting GFR. এই চারটা জ্ঞানন থেকে নেওয়া হয়েছে। দেখো, the changes in the renal blood flow, as I said earlier, when there is increased renal blood flow, increased GFR. Changes in the glomerular capillary hydrostatic pressure, changes in the systemic blood pressure, efferent or efferent arteriolar constriction, changes in the hydrostatic pressure in Bowman's capsule, ureteral obstruction, edema of kidney inside tight renal capsule, changes in the concentration of plasma proteins, like in case of dehydration, hypoproteinemia, changes in the filtration coefficient that expressed as Kf, changes in the glomerular capillary permeability, changes in the effective filtration surface area. All these factors affecting GFR. So when there is increased GFR, increased renal blood flow, increased glomerular hydrostatic pressure, increased surface area of glomerular capillary membrane, certain kidney diseases. There are changes of GFR by constriction or dilatation of the afferent and efferent arterioles. As we see in this picture, this is the afferent arteriole, this is the efferent arteriole. When there is constriction of the afferent arteriole, that causes decreased GFR. When there is constriction in the efferent arteriole, which increases GFR. And when there is dilatation of the efferent arteriole, it decreases GFR, whereas dilatation of the afferent arteriole increases GFR. This is the same figure where constriction of the afferent arteriole decreases GFR, constriction of the efferent arteriole increases GFR, dilatation of the efferent arteriole decreases GFR, where dilatation of the afferent arteriole increases GFR. This is the same figure, that is constriction of the afferent arteriole decreases GFR and constriction of the efferent arteriole increases GFR. So what are the factors that decrease GFR, like decreased renal blood flow, decreased glomerular hydrostatic pressure, increased glomerular colloidal osmotic pressure, increased Bowman's capsule hydrostatic pressure, decreased surface area. There are several physiological or pathophysiological causes that decrease glomerular filtration rate, that means decrease GFR, like renal disease, diabetes mellitus, hypertension, urinary tract obstruction, decreased renal blood flow, increased plasma proteins, decreased arterial pressure, decreased angiotensin, increased sympathetic activity. All these factors causes a decreased glomerular filtration rate. There are several hormones and autocoils that influence the GFR, like norepinephrine, epinephrine, and endothelin decreases GFR. Endothelin-derived nitric oxide and prostaglandin increases GFR. Now, the measurement of GFR, এটা জ্ঞাননে খুব সুন্দর করে আছে. For the measurement of GFR, we use several substances like inulin, mannitol, sorbitol, sucrose, EDTA, radioactive cobalt level, vitamin B12. Here I said about inulin. Why inulin is choose to measure GFR? Because inulin is freely filtered, it is not reabsorbed, it is not secreted by the renal tubules, it is not produced in the body, and it is non-toxic and physiologically inert. That is, it has no physiological influence. In this figure, we show how can we measure GFR. At first, a loading dose of inulin is administered intravenously. Then, when inulin is equilibrated or well mixed with the body fluid, the accurately timed urine sample is collected. Plasma sample is also collected, and urine and plasma concentration of inulin is determined, and then finally the clearance rate of inulin can be calculated. That is, the amount of filtered is equal to amount excreted. That is GFR into inulin concentration is equal to urinary inulin concentration into urine flow. So GFR equal to inulin in urine times urine flow per unit time divided by plasma level or plasma concentration of inulin, which measures GFR. It is the amount of glomerular filtrate which is formed by all the nephrons of both kidneys in each minute is called glomerular filtration rate, which is 125 ml per minute or 7.5 liter per hour or 180 liter per day. And this GFR can be measured by inulin, sorbitol, mannitol, or many other substances which are not produced in the body, which are biologically inert, and which are not secreted or reabsorbed by the renal tubules. Now my next topic is autoregulation of GFR and renal blood flow. এটা তোমরা অলরেডি মনে হয় peculiarities of renal circulation এ পড়েছো, কিন্তু এটা তোমার আলাদাভাবে খুব শর্ট নোট আসে. The feedback mechanisms intrinsic to kidney normally keep the renal blood flow and GFR relatively constant despite marked changes in the arterial pressure. This relative consistency of GFR and renal blood flow is termed as or referred as autoregulation. এটা একটা কিডনির ইন্ট্রিনসিক মানে নিজস্ব এটার own একটা সিস্টেম অথবা own একটা এবিলিটি to maintain its GFR and renal blood flow relatively constant despite of marked changes in the arterial pressure. ব্লাড প্রেশার চেঞ্জ একটা রেঞ্জের মধ্যে যতটুকু চেঞ্জ হতে পারবে ততক্ষণ পর্যন্ত জিএফআর এবং রেনাল ব্লাড ফ্লো কনস্ট্যান্ট রেখে তোমার বডির ব্লাড প্রেশার রেগুলেট হতে পারে। দিস ইজ দ্য কল্ড অটো রেগুলেশন। এটা একটা ফিডব্যাক মেকানিজম ইন্ট্রিনসিক অর ওন টু কিডনিস normally keep the renal blood flow and GFR relatively constant despite marked changes in the arterial blood pressure. This relative consistency of GFR and renal blood flow is referred as autoregulation. The GFR normally remains autoregulated, that is, it remains relatively constant despite considerable arterial pressure fluctuations that occur during a person's usual activities. For instance, a decrease in arterial pressure as low as 70 to 75 millimeter of mercury or an increase to as high as 160 to 180 millimeter of mercury usually changes GFR less than 10%. What are the components of autoregulation? The autoregulation consists of mainly two components, that is tubuloglomerular feedback mechanism and myogenic autoregulation. The tubuloglomerular feedback mechanism again has two components that act together to control GFR. Number one, afferent arteriolar feedback mechanism, and number two, efferent arteriolar feedback mechanism. These two mechanisms act together to control the GFR. Now, tubuloglomerular feedback mechanism. When there is decreased arterial pressure, decreased glomerular hydrostatic pressure, which causes decreased GFR. This decreased GFR is sensed by the macula densa, which is present in the initial portion of the distal tubule. It means when the glomerular filtrate passes through the thick terminal portion of the thick ascending limb of Lupus the initial portion where macula densa is present in the initial portion of the distal tubule, which act as a sensor which detect the concentration of sodium chloride in the tubular fluid and accordingly alters the glomerular filtrate. That is, so when there is decreased arterial pressure, decreased glomerular hydrostatic pressure, decreased GFR, which is sensed by the macula densa sodium chloride, when there is increased proximal sodium chloride reabsorption. So what happens? Increase renin secretion, increase angiotensin II secretion, increase efferent arteriolar resistance. On opposite side, decreased macula densa sodium chloride directly act on the efferent arteriole to causes decreased efferent arteriolar resistance. This is the macula densa. Glomerular capillary, where macula densa is present in the initial portion of the distal convoluted tubule. So autoregulation of GFR. What happens when there is decreased arterial pressure, decreased glomerular hydrostatic pressure, decreases GFR, increased proximal sodium chloride reabsorption. Macula densa senses the sodium chloride, this decreased sodium chloride concentration, which causes increased renin secretion, increased angiotensin II, which increases the efferent arterial resistance. On the other hand, it directly affects on the efferent arteriole to decrease the efferent arterial resistance. As a result, increased glomerular hydrostatic pressure and increased GFR. The another mechanism is myogenic autoregulation of the renal blood flow and GFR. The another mechanism that contribute to the maintenance of the relatively constant renal blood flow and GFR is the ability to individual blood vessels to resist stretching during increased arterial pressure, and this phenomenon is referred as myogenic mechanism. So this is the mechanism when it is this mechanism has the ability of individual blood vessel to resist stretching during increased blood arterial pressure, which is known as myogenic mechanism. So when there is increased blood flow, stretching of the vascular wall, which reflexively causes contraction of the vessel wall, which causes decreased blood flow and decreased GFR. This is the myogenic autoregulation. প্রত্যেকটা প্রত্যেকটা টপিকস খুব ভালো করে পড়বে, কারণ জিএফআর রিটেনের জন্য খুব ইম্পর্টেন্ট। হোয়াট আর দ্য